Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button the day before you leave, and make sure to thumbs up the video if you do enjoy the content today that you have seen, and make sure to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on. All right, so welcome back, ladies and gents who happen to be watching as well. Welcome all to the channel. It's always good to be back. It's always a pleasure to be in front of you guys, as usual. All right, so let's get into today's topic. All right, so by the way, I hope you all had a good weekend as well. Sorry, my weekend went well, so hope you guys' weekend was fantastic. All right, so today's topic is your own insecurity giving you foggy vision. Sometimes our insecurities and low self-esteem can block our vision from our blessings. So God will place your blessings right in front of you, right in front of your face, and you either won't see it, you'll doubt it, so you'll doubt that it's there, or you won't feel worthy enough to embrace it. Something to kind of sit on for a second, right? Kind of marinate on and think about it. You know, I've experienced that. I know a lot of you are now experiencing that now, or you may have experienced that in the past. Things are right there in front of you. You know that it's from God, or you have this really strong feeling about it. However, there's something in you that is blocking you. Something in you is kind of making you doubt things, kind of making you stop where you should be kind of moving forward into progression. Something that's making you halt, and you're like, okay, what's stopping me here? And confusion sets in, and you're trying to figure out, okay, where's the confusion coming from? Because, you like, confusion's not of God, so where is the confusion coming from, especially when everything seems so right? I mean, it can be a job opportunity, of course it can be, oh, I think my Boaz has found me, hallelujah, however, I'm feeling kind of like I'm on, an iffy kind of edge, I don't really know. And you may be feeling like this. I'm thinking this is it, but I sense heavy or light confusion. Now, according to 1 Corinthians 14:33, for God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. So your confusion isn't wrapped up in anything that is truly sent from the Lord. So when there's confusion, it's usually an indication that you may need to rethink some things and reassess the situation. So you might need to have a sit down with yourself for a second, Also take it back to the Lord in prayer for the confirmation, especially in the case of men who approach you and you're trying to discern if God sent them or Satan sent them. So basically, is he Ishmael, meaning he's sent from Satan, or is he Isaac, meaning he's sent from the Lord? Or are your emotions overtaking you? Also, fasting and praying is sometimes best as well. To quiet your flesh down. It can be very loud and distracting, causing confusion. Your flesh can be very, very loud because your flesh is screaming at you and already knows your desires and knows you already want, especially if you are a single woman. Definitely talking to my single women here. If you're a single woman and you were already waiting for a husband anyway, then you got your flesh like screaming at you constantly, and it's just really stupid and annoying. You're like, will you shut up? I'm trying to, I got this guy in front of me, and he's like, he's talked to me, and like, he may not have even like asked for your number per se, but like he flirted with you, or he's, you feel like it's on the edge of that happening because you feel really at peace about most things in the situation, about how the situation even came and took place. You're like, okay, well, he didn't even really ask for the number yet, but he flirted with me, we had some kind of verbal contact. I'm talking past eye contact here. I'm not talking about he smiled at me from across the room and waved. I'm like, no, that was nothing. I'm talking about, like, he did that to 8 million women who walked in before you and probably after you too. That was nothing. I'm talking about, actual verbal contact here, like when you kind of on the road to you know, that exchange of numbers where you're going to get into your courting season, you're feeling like, okay, I think this is it. So you're kind of on the brink of your opportunity. You're on the brink of like, you know, wow, I'm getting ready to step into the next level, you know, that God wants to take me into. But something that, for some strange reason, there's something in you, in your spirit, that's kind of like tugging at you and kind of making you like stop, or, you know, you just kind of feeling like, whew, you know, it's like if you were, you know, if you were swimming and you were on a diving board and you were standing right before you leapt into the water, you stopped just momentarily, like everything is all good, and you got your, you know, your little thing they put on the head, it's just the head cap, you know, the you know, you got your swim cap on, and you know, you got your little goggles on, everything is fine, you know, but you're just, for some strange reason, you hesitate. There's a sense of hesitation, you know, and then, you know, it's kind of coupled with confusion, or you may call it confusion, you know, but it's like a hesitancy, and you're not sure where it's coming from. So, yeah, and it can be the same thing for job opportunities. I think 2 times in life you'll feel that. Job opportunity, a new job opportunity, a new career move, you know, and one you've been waiting for, okay, or, you know, moving up in the company or whatever it is, and when it's time to get into a courting season. Yeah, and also it could be when it's time to get married too for some people, but you should be pretty sure about that if it's the right person. But it's probably when you just meeting the guy and it's time to start courting him. Before marriage, you may feel that feeling. So, how do you tell the difference between the confusion on your own part versus the confusion by the enemy's part? Okay. So, basically, how do you tell the difference between, is this me, or is this like really like a red flag? Okay, so you're pretty sure that God has orchestrated a particular event to occur in your life. However, you still question it, like you need extra confirmation. It can be due to past events that resemble the event you're unsure about now. You just want to be sure that history isn't repeating itself. So Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." It's all about changing your mindset and allowing God to change your mindset and make you open to receiving everything He has for you without the burden of your confusion being a barrier to you. So that's what that's about. You know, behold, I will do a new thing, but do you receive it? Do you agree with it? Are you open to it? That's God asking you. I'm doing a new thing in your life, but are you open yet? Is your mind open? Because if your mindset is not open to what I'm doing, you might feel halted. You might stand, you know, at the tip of the diving board before leaping into this new season I have for you. It might cause you to say, you know, when I need you to keep going and progress, you know, you might stop, because it's not that the enemy has sent something and this is a red flag. No, it's not even that at all. It's you, you know, and insecurity might cause you to do that. Yeah, it could. In the latter case, if it's the enemy confusion, then God won't be present in any parts of it. So you'll have zero peace throughout the whole thing. Things won't seem in order. Timing may be off, and then there will be lots of red flags present. So overall feelings of wrong. There'll be a lot of wrong going on. You're like, okay, there's nothing right about this at all. That's probably a big sign that this whole thing you never had. If you never had peace from the beginning, then that's probably a clear-cut sign that the enemy, this is from the enemy. This is not right. There will probably be red flags on the situation. There's something wrong with this guy. There's something off about how he even came to approaching you. There's weirdness here. You know, that's how you know that God is like, okay, not in that. He's trying to tell you that ain't for me. Okay, that ain't for me. Genesis 4:1-12. Okay, so Cain brought some fruits of the soil as an offering to God, and Abel brought fat portions from the flock's firstborn. So remember the story of Cain and Abel? So God favored Abel's offering over Cain, which angered Cain, and God saw that saw his countenance, which is basically his facial expression. Countenance is your facial expression, for those of you who didn't know that, had fallen. Okay, so I want to just quickly read verses 6-12, and this is in Genesis. Okay, so Genesis 6 through 12. Okay, it says, Then the Lord said to Cain, Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. Now Cain said to his brother Abel, Let's go out to the field. While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, Where's your brother Abel? I don't know, he replied. Am I my brother's keeper? The Lord said, What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse and driven from the ground, which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth. So, what is God saying to him there? He's saying, you are forfeiting the blessings that I have for you. You killed your brother. You killed your brother. He asked him, like, where's your brother? And then, basically, he flipped God off. And like, I don't know. I'm not his keeper, am I? What you asked me for? He got smart because at that time, he's kind of fearing what God might do. And he's still, like, frustrated and pissed off anyway because God picked his brother's portion is offered over his, so he was all pissed off. So basically, Cain had insecurities. Cain's insecurity blinded him to God's favor and blessings in his life. So all he could think about was the momentary confusion that he was experiencing, which was really brought on by his own logic and emotions. Okay, so we let our emotions get the best of us. He never went to talk to God about it to clear it up. Instead, he simply acted on his emotions and murdered his brother to get him out the way so he could shine as number one. So ask yourself, what potential opportunities or relationships or blessings are you possibly forfeiting or murdering for a lack of confidence or insecurity that you are dealing with presently? Ask yourself that question. What am I possibly murdering now? Because what's got my countenance falling? Like what's making me stand and halt when I should be moving forward? Something that God has given me. How come I'm not moving on it? What's making me stop? Philippians 4, 6 through 9. I want to give you this here. I want to leave you with this. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, what is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. Okay? So, only think of good things. Try to think of peaceful things, anything good, honorable, honest, commendable. Think of those things. And don't be anxious about anything, but instead pray about everything. That's what Paul's instructing you to do in that verse. Just pray. Take it to God from the beginning so that your insecurities don't have a chance to wreak havoc over you, emotionally tear you up and rip you up and make you crazy. Take it to God. Once you take it to Him, the Satan can't have you, your emotions can't have you, your flesh can't have you, nothing can have you because you already taken your worry, fear, anxiousness, depression, all that it doesn't own you anymore because you took it to God, you took it to Him, and He's going to help you to figure this out, and you're going to need that. It's imperative, especially when your Boaz comes for you or a new job opportunity, whatever comes for you in life that comes up to you and presents itself as an opportunity. You need to find out, what is this? You need that discernment, that wisdom. Like, okay, who is this? Who sent you? What is this? You got to make sure, especially when you're feeling halted. Like when you was feeling peaceful at first, now you feeling like, okay, I want to stop. Or should I stop? So you got to take it to God before you get overwhelmed there. So blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. He is like a tree planted by water that sends out its roots by the stream and does not fear when heat comes, for its leaves remain green, and is not anxious in the year of drought, for it does not cease to bear fruit. Jeremiah 17:8. Boom. So I want to leave that. I want to leave you with that. I had to just leave you with those two verses just to feed you spiritually and just help kill off that anxiety you feel, and that any low self-esteem or whatever you might be feeling that's kind of blocking you, that confusion that's in you, you know. And what was the word? Brown tip of my tongue. Not confusion, but insecurity. I couldn't think of the word. The main word of the whole text here that I was talking about. Insecurities that we might be feeling. So anyway, that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like it. Make sure you thumbs up if you like the video. Share on all your social media networks. If someone needs to see the video, make sure they see it. Make sure you send it to them. And I appreciate you guys for watching. And you guys have a blessed rest of your weekend. I should be back probably by the end of this week or next week. All right. See you guys later. Take care.